On this edition of Destination Treasure Coast, we're visiting Port Salerno, located just south of Stuart in Martin County. Our first stop is the Twisted Tuna restaurant, a new dining spot with a killer view. We'll meet the Gibbs family. They'll show us how they're making their mark on the waterfront. Next, we'll meet up with Captain Wayne and his crew aboard Real Busy Charters for some offshore fishing action in the beautiful blue Atlantic Ocean. Then we'll head to coastal paddleboarding for a crash course in finding balance in this eco-friendly excursion. We'll end with Pirates Cove Resort and Marina, the premier place to take in a sunset and rest your head in Port Salerno. And that's all coming up on this edition of Destination Treasure Coast.
Port Salerno is in Martin County, Florida, just south of the city of Stuart. In Port Salerno, it's all about fishing, fishing, and more fishing. You'll find working commercial fishing crews operating out of this area. On the docks, you'll meet people with ties to the old fishing families that started the industry here generations ago.
It's more than just fishing. There's enough funky old Florida charm here in Port Salerno to entertain the entire family. It was originally settled in the 1920s. Most of the people were from the Italian city of Salerno. That's where it gets its name. Our first stop is inside the Twisted Tuna restaurant, where the owners are making their mark on the waterfront.
The Twisted Tuna is the name of the restaurant, and it opened in 2014. Here are the owners, Kenny and Rochelle Gibbs. The Twisted Tuna is one of those restaurants where you can walk right in, park your car out front, or dock your boat out back. Their menu is a crowd pleaser, offering delicious appetizers, great seafood entrees, and it's the only oyster and sushi bar in Port Salerno. And they've got more than 10,000 square feet of indoor dining space.
What makes this restaurant unique?
Well, location for one. We're the largest restaurant in Martin County. We're on the water, right here in the Manatee Pocket. We have over 10,000 square feet of indoor dining space as well, with 2 separate dining rooms upstairs. We can hold private parties, 2 simultaneous private parties. Our menu is very diverse. We had Italian restaurants down south that we ran them for years. We sold those, came up here, and we brought a lot of those Italian specialties with us.
Was there a concept to this restaurant when you guys were putting it together?
Yeah, absolutely. The concept is seafood, but it's to have a diverse menu with sushi and our Italian favorites as well, so we can appeal to a larger, audience.
Do you guys have a signature dish, or what are you known for so far?
Well, we have several. Of course, we're the Twisted Tuna, so our tuna tataki, our fresh tuna, comes in every day. It's sourced locally, so we have a lot of tuna dishes. Our sushi is very fresh, with fresh tuna on top. This is our summer roll.
Tell us a little bit about the local food that you guys serve here.
It's mainly seafood. It's all sourced locally and come in daily. We have a big seafood portion of our menu. Our chef creates great specialty dishes weekly: salmon, tuna, grouper, swordfish.
What does it feel like here during happy hour or on the weekend? Just explain the vibe.
Well, we have live music every day. So we get very, very busy on the weekends and afternoon happy hour time. It's a fun vibe. We have great local customers. We have a great crowd.
And with this kind of a restaurant too, you can get here a lot of different ways. This is a place where you can dock if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. We have 24 boat slips. Some of them we lease out, about half of them, but most of them, the other half, we keep open for the public to come by boat. We have a large private parking lot that we have available. We also have free valet for customers, and we're centrally located right in Port Salerno.
All right, Kenny, if you could just walk us through this dish here, what are we looking at?
This is our Twisted Tuna summer roll. It's fresh crab meat. It's not imitation crab meat. And we have our fresh tuna on top.
Awesome. And then what do we have here, Kenny?
Well, of course, it's stone crab claw season. So right now we have these huge stone crabs fresh in from the Bahamas. They flew in today.
Last question. For the family watching, what would your pitch be to come here and try the Twisted Tuna?
Well, families were very family friendly. I mean, we have kids night, where kids eat free. We have a clown that comes and does balloon animals for the kids. We love families here. We love, all our customers to come here and enjoy the place.
Oh yeah, and if someone in your group isn't into seafood, there's always authentic brick oven pizza. Delicious.
Up next, it's deep sea fishing time here in the sailfish capital of the world. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
The South Florida band Fresh Catch provided the music used in Destination Treasure Coast.
A visit to Port Salerno isn't complete if you stay here on the docks. You have to get out on the water. Up next, we're going out with real busy fishing charters, and let's hope the fish are biting.
One of the things I probably love the most about the business is watching people when they get their first sailfish or dolphin, they get their first offshore fish. You could knock the smile off with a 2x4 when somebody gets their first sailfish. That smile just shoots up like that, and it's a great feeling.
Welcome aboard the 35-foot Real Busy, a charter boat that lives up to its name. This is Captain Wayne Broder and the ship's mate, Ryan. April, she's visiting from Orlando. They're all much better at this fishing thing than I am, and it took me a while to get my sea legs. These guys are in the business of making sure that you have a terrific time and, of course, catch some fish. Big fish. Captain Wayne has been taking tourists fishing for decades. He started out in the Florida Keys, but for the past 10 years, he's been enjoying life in Martin County. He says the fishing is much better here, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing, like seeing his customers reel in the big one.
They get to catch something that they always saw on TV. They always want to catch a sailfish, and Stuart is the sailfish capital of the world. We do catch them year-round here. We do half-day and full-day fishing charters offshore. We catch sailfish, dolphin, wahoo, tuna, occasional blue marlin, bonitas, plenty of action out here. The Gulf Stream is real close for us. We fish it anywhere typically from 5 to 10 miles offshore. That's where we'll find the blue water edge of the Gulf Stream. Well, anytime you're on a fishing charter, basically with any of the boats here in Stuart, they'll all do a fine job for you. So you just bring what you're going to eat and drink, maybe sunscreen to keep the skin from getting red on you. Spring and summertime is more of your Florida business. And during the winter time, we get a lot of people trying to get out of snow coming down from the northeast, whether it's New York, New Jersey, Minnesota, Wisconsin, pretty much all over the country. Catch a lot of different fish throughout the Stuart waters off the Gulf Stream, and it'll vary from season to season. We do catch sailfish year-round, but prime time for sailfish is typically December, January, February. That's when the sailfish migration is taking place and the fish are moving to the south. As we move into more spring, you're going to catch dolphin, which is not the flipper. We're catching dolphin, the fish, which is also referred to as mahi-mahi or dorado, depending where you are in the world. That's probably one of the best eating fish in the water. It's also one of the most beautiful fish to see in the water. Lots of blues and greens, just full of color. Kids have a great time. We fish pretty much ages anywhere from 7 to 70.
Heading back in, kick back, and take in the beautiful views in every direction. This is the life. You've earned it.
Take a deep breath. Exhale. Feels good, right? Coming up next, we're heading out paddleboarding to find out why it's the best way to unwind your mind out on the water. Stay with us.
Destination Treasure Coast is brought to you by the Martin County Office of Tourism and Marketing. For more information, visit our website at discovermartin.com and find us on social media using the hashtag DiscoverMartin.
It's time to hop on aboard with our friends at Coastal Paddleboarding. I have to tell you up front, these people, they like to have a lot of fun. They love what they do, and they want to make sure that you have fun as well.
As long as you can get up off your knees and stand, anybody can do it.
Meet the owners, Dan and Rochelle Newman. This couple lives and breathes South Florida ecotourism. 25 years ago, Dan actually proposed to Rochelle in a canoe on the Loxahatchee River. Talk about a paddle proposal. The couple opened Coastal Paddleboarding in 2010. You can find them here on the docks in the Manatee Pocket. Their guided tours are designed so that all you have to worry about is having fun and unwinding. They bring ice-cold bottled water. They'll give you a lesson. They even take pictures, and more pictures. Now you can brag to all your friends about your amazing trip without worrying about dropping your own camera into the water. That's some serious attention to detail. Aid Dillon is visiting from the Midwest, where paddleboarding isn't always an option.
It's freezing back home. No way. It's a very easy thing to do, and it's quite relaxing because you're just going along at your own pace. It's a real leisurely activity to do, but we're able to get in nice and close to the mangroves, see the wildlife.
Absolutely. If you want to have the time of your life, and if you enjoy the water even a little bit, you will enjoy doing this, because what happens is people get out there and it's almost like therapy. And I don't mean that in a cliche kind of way. You can have the worst day ever and get out on a paddleboard and start going somewhere, and your mind completely removes any of that while you're focusing on what you do. And it is actually a good therapy for almost everybody. We're located in Port Salerno, right at the very east end of Salerno Road, next to Manatee Island Bar and Grill and Twisted Tuna. We see everything. We see birds, we see fish, we see dolphins, sea turtles, in the winter months, manatees. Anytime we see any big wildlife, such as a dolphin or a sea turtle or manatee, that's always a big plug for kids and for families. During the summer months, we see a lot of locals. We see a lot of the local people, some of their families coming in from out of town. During the winter months, we see people coming in from out of town, and they're not afraid if the weather's a little cooler. They're not afraid to go out and paddle. What we're seeing, though, is as far as an age range, is it's basically from 4 years old to 80 years old. At first, when people get on the boards, depending on their age, the younger they are, they're less worried. The older they are, we know a lot more about what's going on, so people are more concerned that they might fall off and be embarrassed in front of people or whatever, okay? But what happens, I've got 9 out of 10 of people are always saying that. 9 out of 10 people don't fall in at all. They start getting on the board, they stand up, they start paddling, and the first things out of people's mouth I hear is, no wonder this is so popular, because it is that easy.
Dan and Rochelle will proudly tell you they have more than 9,000 happy customers. We're talking about a lot of smiling families spending time together, and only a handful have actually fallen into the water. Splash! But even that can be fun and make for some memorable moments. Good luck out there! Now it's time to kick back and relax, and this is the place to do it. Pirates Cove Resort and Marina has the waterfront location, the old Florida charm, and the views framed by plantation shutters. They've got 50 newly renovated rooms and everything your family needs to unwind. Pirates Cove is different things to different people. It's the go-to destination for anyone involved in the area's big fishing tournaments. Businesses use the unique space for parties and meetings. It's also a great spot for families to gather for big reunions or celebrations.
During the week it's very peaceful, but on the weekend it gets rockin'.
The hotel manager, Susan Miller.
People find it's a little bit of old Florida charm. It reminds them a lot of Key West, but it's like in their backyard. It's like a hidden gem. Nobody really knows about it because we're off the beaten path. Kept kind of a secret, so it's kind of secluded. It's family owned and operated. There's a poolside and a waterfront building, so the poolside overlooks the pool, then the marina, and then the waterfront is directly over the marina. So I always suggest to people, if you want to be in the midst of the party and everything that's going on, the live music, then you want to be on the pool side. But if you want a little bit of peace and quiet, then I would suggest the waterfront. You can literally lay in bed and watch the sunrise. We try to let the customer feel at home, like this is their home away from home. Whether they're from Germany, Orlando, Michigan, California, they come from all over. A lot of times they're just driving down 95 and stop by. We still have that hometown feeling.
They have a full-service, deep-water marina just minutes away from the St. Lucie Inlet. That means some of the world's best offshore fishing is just a short trip away. They also have some impressive boat storage. Locals know that the Pirates Loft restaurant on property is the place for a delicious lunch or dinner with the view.
I've been a chef for 37 years. I have a great passion for food. I make people smile, I make people happy, and that's the return gratitude that I get in my field from my art. I think it's great. We're on the water. We have a lot to offer. Our banquet facilities as well for weddings, anniversaries, and birthday parties. Great scenic view, great looking marina. So that's what kind of drew me here. A lot of tourism during this time of the year, a lot of people from the north, and then local as well.
You know, once they come here, they just can't wait to come back again.
And of course, the tiki bar here is exactly what you would expect, and exactly what a tiki bar should be. Big comfy chairs, white sand, and ice-cold frozen drinks. Ah, I could get used to this. It's paradise, you found it, now enjoy it.
That'll do it for us here in Port Salerno. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Destination Treasure Coast.